that's what we saw. But we do have a question. This one comes from Eastwick's Baller. He says, how will the defense be able to adjust to new off-ball movement now? Does the game have animations to counter that? So there's some badges that are specifically designed to counter off-ball movement. You have off-ball pest that improves a player's ability to bump and harass the offense off the ball. It makes players more difficult to get past when playing off the ball, as they can grab and they hold their matchup and don't get their ankles broken as often. You also have obviously pick dodger, which is off ball. It can be off ball depending on where the screen is being set. I hope that is included in the AI. I'm not sure. Then you also had a tireless defender, where they say it reduces the energy lost when exerting effort on defense. So it allows the defender to play defense more aggressively without losing the energy at the same rate as a normal player. So I know what you're asking when he said, like, is there animations? Because you have like the jab step and stuff like that. Are there animations built in? I don't know if it's animations built in. I didn't see any of that, but I do think that there are ratings and or badges that will help to make those animations be less effective.
Yeah, let me get a piece of that. So I would say first and foremost, let's state as basketball players that one of the most effective things in the game, especially today, because the level of shooting overall is higher, is to have your Steph Currys and Klay Thompson running all over the place, catching the ball and shooting. The NBA hasn't figured out how to shut that down. They figured out how to slow it down. So we shouldn't expect 2K to give you a complete counter to it. What you want is you want a counter to force your opposition to take tough choices, right? But if you have an excellent screen setter and an excellent off-ball player, they're going to score on you. This is true in real life, and it should be true in 2K. So we don't want a complete shutdown, because that wouldn't be realistic. We want counterplay. So that's first and foremost. So speaking of which, Sam Pham, shout outs to Sam Pham, recently put out a video about a two-way playmaker build, 6'6", max wingspan, I think max weight, and I tried the build out, and it's fantastic. And when I played that build, again, the demo is only on Pro. When you play, I know the 2KU is on Rookie, my career part is on Pro, but let me tell you, the difference between playing a purely offensive build and playing that build, I was able to take Klay Thompson completely out of the game. I mean, there were some really pretty situations where he was running off the ball, and then with the other build, I would have been completely dead with like a smaller guard build that I invested totally offense into. But with this build, the closeout felt more like 2K19 closeouts. So I do think in the full game, depending on how the meta shakes out, which is another thing, what characters are people making, right? The builds that people make in the beginning of the year, everybody's talking about short builds and so on and so forth. But let me tell you, if you're a sharpshooter, you can go for height because you're going to be slow anyway, right? And if you make a tall sharpshooter, you guys automatically can invest into post badges. There's no post build that you have to water down your shooting with. So you get all of your shooting from last year and all of the post fade badges you want, which means that you can have a 6'11" stretch with Hall of Fame catch and shoot, Hall of Fame pick and popper, Hall of Fame limitless range, a 90+ three-point shot, and that character will also have Hall of Fame post fade and a very, very high post rating, right? So and the deep post, rating badge and fadeaway animations and all that stuff. So what this means is if you wind up guarding a stretch big that's setting a screen and you have to chase him around that screen, the character you have can't be 6'4". He's going to be open no matter what you made. Your character probably needs to be 6'7", 6'8", and this is where the speed thing may become a factor. The stretch bigs could be really, really strong in this game, setting screens for quick guards that can shoot if all of the lockdowns are too short to get contests. This might be something that we have to look at going down the line.
But you know what? That scenario you just painted is real basketball.
It is. It is.
So I don't have a problem with that. That's why length is important on defense. Yeah. That's part of the reason. So I don't really have an issue with that. But we do have people in the chat that are saying the off-ball movement is their favorite. So far, that's Cameron Powell. I really did like the off-ball movement too.
Yeah, it's great.
I think it's cool. Honestly, we talked about this, about having the ability, and really, I think what's being slept on, and we'll talk about that in a second. But there's a specific mode or modes that I think that it will be the most important with. So